Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Hello, Buckeye Nation. Jeff Rash here with the head coach and athletic director, Mr. Alan Metzel. And Buckeyes coming straight off a win. Week 1 last night against Pine Tree Pirates. Congratulations.
Thank you,
on
sir.
the win. And so we're going to talk. We got a lot of exciting things to talk about today. The Buckeyes have a very challenging schedule. That's one of the things we'll discuss. And also talk about, we'll look at some highlights from the game the other night, and there are several really good ones, very entertaining highlights today. And then we'll talk about next week's opponent, which is the Chapel Hill Bulldogs, who are going to be coming to Gilmer Stadium. So, Coach, give us a little bit of profile, because we look a little different than we have in the years past. So what can Buckeye fans expect this year as far as the Buckeye team?
Well, we alluded to it last week, our opening weekend monologue or whatever, of we have more girth this year than we've had in most years, and I like it, because in order to beat the teams that you've got to beat to win it in 4A, you've got to have some size.
Yeah.
And we typically have the amount of skill that we need just some years, and here we don't have as much. And this year we've got some, and we're going to play to it. It's going to change our style a little bit. We still play with tempo, but we're going to control that tempo a little bit more. And we're going to be a little bit more pounded on the ground offensively. And then we'll pick our spots as teams have to adjust to what we're doing. And you saw that the other night where, we fake the run and throw it in the end zone to a wide open guy. Well, it's all because they ran up in there for the run.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll try and play off of that. Defensive line, a lot of experience there and some good size there. So we're
about 1,200 pounds of humanity on the front line.
No
there.
doubt.
We've never
That's
had
like
that
two
before.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, no, we've got some big guys.
Yeah, we got two guys that the two of them together are a little like 700 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Literally.
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like it on my side.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no kidding, because it's normally not that way. I always use the analogy. I always say, you remember in Rocky when Rocky went against Hulk Hogan, and he's just running around, just trying to serve. That's usually the Buckeyes. We're scampering. We're good at skill positions. We're fast.
Smoke and mirrors.
We're getting beat, down in the trenches because these teams. I don't know where they get these people from, but this year it's like, okay, we got Hulk Hogan, but we brought Andre the Giant.
There you go.
I mean, we're the biggest teams. I don't think we'll face a team that will be bigger than us this year.
Probably not.
Offensive or defensive side of the ball. So that's going to be a little weird. And people have been asking me, of course, a month or two. I know you get it too when you walk around town. What's Buckeyes going to look like? And I'm like, I don't know. Normally, I'll give you my best guess, right? Well, we're going to be this, and this is going to happen, and this is what the other teams have. And so here's how we match up. And honestly, this one is like, I said it during pregame the other night before the game, like, I'm not even going to give you a score prediction because I don't have a clue how this is going to play out. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. And you have a lot of guys that are moving up into starting positions and taking on new roles. And so, right now the town's learning who the guys are. And so it's going to be fun over the next, they'll know over the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
They'll know.
Yeah, for sure. And so obviously first game jitters, got some penalties, had some misfortune with our center going down in pregame of all in warm up, of all things. And so that kind of threw a little bit of the tempo of the game off, but still overall Buckeyes look really good. And if you think about last year, Pine Tree came here, should have beat them. We missed 2 field goals, which we did again, and ended up losing to them, to a team that was really good.
They were.
Best team, in fact, on the record. That was the first 10-win season they've had in 48 years. It's been 1976 since they've had a that good a season.
Right.
That was a great team last year, and they went in three levels deep into one of the toughest schedules in the whole state, up against Kilgore and all those. So that was a great team.
No
we
doubt.
should have beat them. I know you're still agitated by that.
And I was really glad to settle that score.
Yeah, settle it last night. Same kind of thing. It's that whole first game, get it worked out. Who's who's going to be in what seat on the bus, moving people around, watching them, because it's hard to do that in scrimmages.
It is. Well, and then when you add into some of the injury stuff we had guys playing in different positions that night. You know, I mean, they just had to suck it up and go. And at times we had issues with it. Here's the thing. Okay, so we had some issues, you know, and had some snaps that were high and so forth. The thing that you like as a coach is the guys handled it. They just handled it. They dealt with it. Okay, yeah, wasn't a good snap. All right, well, let's make the next play. You know, there was one time we were driving and it popped, you know, back there, and so now it's like 2nd and 27 or something like that. Well, we got like 7 on the next one, then we got like 18 on the next one. We put ourselves in a chance to overcome the thing. We ended up not getting it, but they just kept playing the next play. It's that kind of resilience that's going to pay off as you move forward down through this year. You're always going to have adversity somewhere or another. And so to be able to have that mindset, next guy up, next play, whatever the case may be, you just keep dealing with it. That was impressive.
Well, I think especially first came out. So I thought everything went well, other than
the things that didn't.
Other than the things that you can't control, right?
There you go.
mean, you know.
There
So
you go.
anyway, well, we've got some great clips, so we'll jump right into those if that's okay with you. The first one here is Horn, who, by the way, a sophomore. A lot of people don't realize that, but our starting running back for Friday night, is a sophomore.
Right.
And man, he runs really hard.
He does. He's got a presence about him. First of all, he's got good size. Almost 6 foot and about close to 200. You know, he's a big kid and runs very hard. He's very sharp. He's going to be a force moving forward.
I mean, strong legs. So this is him picking up a 17-yard run. This is the first series, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
Third play of the game, and we give him the ball, inside run. You can see right here, watch our linemen and how they all just move everybody out of the way. Now you can see us move to the next level. You've got Gage Trosbach out there blocking at receiver. You've got our linemen moving up to the linebackers, and then there goes Tavian running strong, punishes the safety, falls forward. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you want to see.
Yeah, he's a hard runner.
Yes.
You've got several hard running backs.
We do.
You know, Octavian, he's not.
That's right. He's
you know,
quick.
He's
Jitterbug.
5'5", but he's a jitterbug. He can move. He can move the ball.
You bet. And then we got Aiden Thomas. We've also got Taj Bush, who really looked good in the scrimmage. He twisted his ankle the third play of the game. So, and then you get to play the rest of the game. So, I mean, we had some stuff going on that we were having to deal with. But
part of the game.
It
You
is.
got to manage it.
Next
Right?
guy has to make plays.
So this next one is an 11-yard touchdown run, and this is by your quarterback, Zaid
Taylor.
And Zaid, talk about another speedster. And, you know, there was one play in particular where they faked the handoff, and everybody in the stadium was watching. They sold it. So, you know what I'm talking about, so well around the left side, and then all of a sudden, I mean, lightning is coming around the right side.
Right.
And they really pulled that off well. And that guy's got some speed.
He does. He's just got the it thing when it comes to running with the ball. And it's like everybody's slower. He's not necessarily like Will Henderson in the 100.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that sees the field slower. That everybody else in his mind is moving a little slower than his brain is.
He's doing the geometry of where
Correct.
I've got to be next.
Beautiful vision, you know, that kind of thing. And so you can see him here. We're going to shoot our back out in the flat here and watch how it affects their linebackers and their safeties. They start moving like we're going to throw a swing pass, and then there goes Zaid. I'm going to show it from the end zone view so you get to see him and the move he makes on their secondary guy. He just has a real knack for being able to make people miss. So we'll watch it here. I think you'll enjoy seeing this angle. We're going to send the back out to the right. You see them begin to move. I'll watch him. Now here you are, one-on-one, and boop. You know,
Never had a chance.
Yeah, then into the end zone.
Just quick as he can be.
He really is.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, this next one is your defense, which, wow, what a good defense.
They played well.
By the way, I was encouraged on all 3 levels of the ball. I thought the secondary, I was worried about the secondary. Secondary looked good to me. Linebackers look good, and the defensive line is dominant. I mean, so this is the black flag defense swarming here for a 2-yard loss.
Swarming to the ball. So you can see they're running a jet sweep like we run a good bit of times, and so they hand it to a guy going across. They're trying to outnumber you. Our guys do a great job flow into the ball. Our outside linebacker forces it back in, so he's looking to cut back. We'll watch Jeff Bates playing right down the line. He's got the cut back. There he is right there, -2 on the carry. That right there, that's gap integrity by the defense. Everybody did their job, and as a result, they ended up losing yardage.
Yeah. Are we the number 1 ranked defense in the state?
I'd have to go back and look at that at this point. I don't know.
I can't imagine not being.
didn't
So
give
this
up a
next
lot.
one, another defense. This is them reading a screen well.
So here we are. You can see the guy they're going to throw the screen pass to, and watch how our guys just swarm to it. They read it. First, Matt Granville almost got a hand on it, and then you're just going to see all these guys converge on him before he can even make it back to the line of scrimmage. And again, 2 plays in a row where they lose yardage, and we end up making them punt. And I'll throw this in here. In the game, there were some of the wildest plays that probably 6 or 7 different things you won't see the rest of the year. Where the guy punts it and hits our guy in the back of the helmet.
I know, yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have thrown a pass and hit the guy any closer.
That was just bad.
That was
Bad
just
deal.
crazy,
They had like 5 big plays like that. They were kind of freak things.
little freaky things that happened in the game. And, on that one, you just go, okay, man, let's get back out there on defense and go stop them.
Yeah.
You just got to deal with it and move on.
So everybody talks about the size of our offensive line and the Buckeyes going to be just nothing but a running team. But Taylor hits Trace Haynes, which I'm a fan of. And Trace Haynes has got some athleticism.
He does.
This guy can go up for the ball, and he showed last year he's got some physicality too. He'll fight for the ball. And so if you thought we were just going to be a running team because we're big, Taylor drops back and lays one down there to Haynes in a great way. So that's this play.
So on this one, we're gonna give a run look. You can see us fake to Horn off the edge here, and then boot back to this side. And so now you've got Zaid on the move. You see how Trace just got behind the secondary. They got caught looking in the backfield.
Perfect pass.
And just drops it right on him in the end zone. I mean, you couldn't have drawn it up better. So well executed, beautiful pass, great catch by Trace.
Yeah, and when your line is, an average of 6'4", you need to roll out to throw the ball.
There you go. There you go.
Because you got a big line, you better have to roll out there a little bit.
Get him some air.
Yeah. So this next one is a block kick, and this is my favorite play of the game.
This was a great
let me just say this. This is one of 3 of my favorites. The strip was obviously awesome. We'll see that in a minute.
Yeah.
But this one, we were having some fun at Trey's expense up there. We were talking about.
It took a
by
while.
the time he got there, we were like, he was running a marathon. He was looking for the table where you could grab water.
Yeah. But, he would agree with you.
Yeah, he was.
He was tired.
He it looked like he ran a quarter, and it was that last 60 yards. His last
Oxygen
20 yards
deficit.
looked like
Yeah, no doubt.
But what a great job he does here.
It is. Well, watch first of all the ball get off by our defensive lineman here on the line, and watch what they do to the offensive lineman in front of them right here. So here they come, and we got some dudes. Look at that, where they just blew through it.
Look at that.
I mean, that
looked
impressive.
like Ohio yesterday.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So we get the great penetration, and so now we got something on the ball, tips it, and the ball goes up high, short. Here's Trey. Now, Trey knows.
Look at him. He looks like a center fielder right here. Look at him.
Well, he knows that if the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, it's live. You remember the old Leon Lett thing? And we actually went over that in our meeting that day.
Isn't that something?
And so he runs over here. He's looking around, and he lets it hit because he knows what we talked about. I mean, we went over all this after it all took place. He said, I look around. He said, I was just there by myself. So I just grabbed it. And I said, well, okay, you thought all that through. So here he is. He grabs it, and away he goes. And then this was really neat.
I know. Look at this wall.
Yes. So watch Ismail right here. He does the butt block where you're not going to get, called for hitting somebody behind the back or.
And he's a big target to have to get around.
Well, it took about 3 guys right there. Yeah. Took them up. So now we get our guys out in front, and they're running downfield, and they're not. They're just shielding. You see Corbin Jones races all the way down the field. He's the one guy who really got into a guy. He was the furthest guy deep and ended up blocking.
That's what effort
guy.
looks like.
That was.
Yeah.
That was a huge momentum swing.
Yeah, for
Huge
sure.
momentum swing.
And I
right
guess
there.
when you watch film with the guys, you're pointing that out.
Oh, absolutely.
Like this guy's the
Furthest
last
guy back here,
and he
made it all the way over there to make the block.
So that's why you always stay in the play.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Never
awesome.
take a play off. Never do less than all you can do. You know.
Yeah, and then this is Hagler again.
This is Tyler Hagler. You know, he's playing center for us. You just saw him block the kick. Here he is at defensive line. Watch the play he makes here down the line. He's such a skilled guy for such a big guy. Plays right down the line and then makes the tackle. It just is amazing, his athleticism to be as large as he is. He's having to play a lot of plays.
Yeah, and this is a 300-plus...
325-pound guy.
That can
move.
And it's funny because he and Ishmael both, 325 and 350 or so, both are athletic. They can move. They're not just big.
Right.
They actually...
And physical.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this next one is a forced fumble by Corbin Jones.
So Pine Tree's running this play. They give the ball to the back. The back starts losing possession, and Corbin just comes in and just smokes the guy. They end up recovering the fumble, but it was such a good hit. I just felt like I needed to put that one on there. I mean, he just drove the guy.
And it goes right under the legs
of our guy back to their quarterback. Yeah. So that would have been nice to have gotten it. But a great hit by Corbin right there.
Yeah. So this next one is Atavian Ector, and this is my second favorite play of the game.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's this ball of humanity, and then out squirts Atavian, and
with
with the ball, and like lightning down the sideline, all the way for the TD.
Well, and right here, it had gotten close again. They had pulled within 2. They have the ball. They're on our side of the field. It's tight right now.
Yeah.
And we had just had like a penalty on us that was kind of questionable. The things weren't just right. And this is what you do. These are the type things we're teaching. When something doesn't go right, change it. Turn the tide. You make the play to turn it back. And that's exactly what we see here. A minute ago, we had an opportunity for an interception. Well, we ended up not making the interception.
That happened twice.
And you're right. But specifically, this one was down towards the end zone. And we stopped them, though, on their drive. Well, that's when we blocked the field goal and ran it back for a touchdown. Well, here, they've got the momentum again, and they're moving into our field, and then Atavian comes in and makes this huge game-changing play. That's what it takes to win against good opponents. You have to be able to make these plays. So watch him here, follow him. See, the ball's not even really close to him, but he gets to the ball and gets in there and goes out.
Is that him right there?
That's him.
Is that him?
Yep. And then here he goes, out the edge.
He just, you couldn't see.
No.
You still can't see. He just got in there and
here he
just
goes.
took the ball away.
He just ripped
and nobody
it right
knew
out.
what happened.
Right.
It was like, what in the world?
And that turned the momentum at that point in the game.
Yeah, that was an awesome
Awesome
play.
job.
That was a great job.
Really was.
All right, so this next play we're going to watch is Zaid getting 2-point conversion.
We'd missed a couple extra points.
Yeah.
And so I wanted at some point to go get that back. And so we just we ran the offense out after the fumble recovery, and we felt like we could get this one on them. And so we overload. As you can see, we bring our guys around. It's student body left.
Nobody's going to stop that.
It's student body left. You got all these guys out here blocking the edge, and then you got Zaid running to the side, dives over in, picked up 2 points there. So that was just, we were trying to steal
I
a
like
point.
our odds for this a lot this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you got a lot of opportunities for 2 points if you need to.
If we need to.
If you need to. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
This next one is Johnson recovering a kick.
There's Zaylen
This
right there.
This is my third favorite.
There you go.
Of the night.
So here we're kicking high and across and trying to keep it out of one of their really good returners' hands. So we're kicking it high. They can fair catch, or they can catch, and you got people running up on them. Well, the ball lands kind of in that in-between place for the guy. He wasn't sure if he should run up, or he didn't know if it was going to go out of bounds. Well, it hits, and it had the backspin, and it pops back, and Zaylen's hustle is what gets us there, and he gets the ball, and then here we are. We got the ball in scoring position.
So this is like the third time you pointed out what hustle does.
Correct. That's exactly right. So there he goes flying down the field. You can see how far he is ahead. The ball bounces right back to him. I'm going to show you on the tighter version here. You're going to see number 14. Here he comes. It hits right there. He grabs it. Right.
That guy never knew what happened. Look at that.
And just so you know, on the rule, on a kick like that, as soon as you gain possession, it's dead. And we get the ball at that place, so you can't advance it. But anyway, we're thrilled. We got the ball.
Yeah,
awesome play by Zaylen.
And this next one, and this young man had a good night.
He did.
Fort
Davenport played good defense.
He really did. He played well in the secondary. And this is Devin Fort.
So they're trying to kick an onside kick, trying to get back into the game. They had scored. They're going to try and roll it and get the ball back. We have our hands team in. It's all our receivers and guys that can handle the ball. And so the guy has a pretty good kick, quite frankly, and it pops up right when they would want it to. And then there's Davin. He sees where it is. He tracks it, catches it in the air. Rarely does a kick happen quite like this. And then he just takes off down the sideline. I know this is another one of those plays you probably won't see that kind of a play the rest of the season.
Yeah.
On an onside kick that they rarely get returned.
Yeah, because normally you're falling on it or whatever.
Yeah, catch, take a knee, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, whether it's used to it was always an onside kick was always just a squibble on the ground. Now they've gotten to where they can can hit the bounce, and these kids have gotten pretty good.
They're pretty talented.
So congratulations on your first win.
Thank you.
First official win. Got a very rough schedule.
Yes.
I mean, it's just deja vu from last year, right? So you play same opponents, and a lot of them are very good.
A lot of them are very good.
Some of them are even better than last year, which is really saying something. So it's going to be some great football games. If you like football, you're going to see some great games this year. So what can we expect next week? Chapel Hill coming to Gilmer.
Lots of speed. They're very much wide open. They're going to try and spread you as far as they can. They're going to throw spot passes and try and outnumber you. They'll get in quads. They'll put 4 receivers and throw spot passes out there. Then when you come up for their spot pass, they'll pump it and throw the sucker play off of it. They'll do a lot of jet sweeps. They'll try and spread you out and get the quarterback to drop back, and you get so spread out, then they do like with
well, they've done that for the last 3 years, but they lost their two.
They're two guys that have been here for like 12 years. Yeah, it seemed like one to Baylor and one to Texas. Yeah, they've graduated, thank God. But they have other good players. They're a good program. Coach Reardon does a great job. So they can really run. Defensively, they just have. It's like they have 11 skill guys. They're really fast and chase the ball well. They're sound on defense. So we're going to try and be very physical and just go hit them in the mouth and try and make them feel uncomfortable the way we want to play, and pick our spots to try and take shots or whatever the case may be.
I told my wife yesterday my favorite quote of all time was from Mike Tyson. Everybody has a plan till they get hit in the mouth.
There you go. That's a great. And if you get hit in the mouth by Mike Tyson, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, exactly. Or he bites your ear off. One of the two.
One of the two. So I'm looking forward to a great year. And motto this year is family.
Yes, sir.
How'd they come up with that?
It was completely from them. They felt like that embodied the group. This group's pretty tight. They enjoy, some groups, they're not as close, and you have to work a little bit harder at it. This group is pretty tight in enjoying each other, and that doesn't mean that, families, they're pretty tight, but that doesn't mean they always get along. So there's all that, there's plenty of learning. I think that's the area that is the most untapped every year, of creating a team. And that's where we want to excel and really gain an advantage on other teams. And hopefully this group is going to really delve into this family thing and what that means and what it means to us. And it also will set up for what it's going to mean to them when they move forward and have families. This will be life skills.
Yeah, well, it's always easier when you already have that cohesiveness, right, with the team. So well, looking forward to the game, this next one. We talking about settling a score. We have a score to settle with Chapel Hill.
No doubt.
So hopefully we can take care of that on Friday night. So bring your noisemakers. Be here a little early. Grab you some popcorn. Sit down for a great football team. If you can't make it, great. Watch us online. Happy to bring the game to you. There's nothing like a Friday night in the stadium. Plus, the Buckeyes need you. We really need to get our people out and start traveling again and start coming to these games, and don't just rely on watching the game on television. Come to the stadium, experience the sights and the sounds. Be with your friends, bring noisemakers, yell for these young men and these coaches and the band and the drill team and the whole shooting match.
I'll say this, at Pine Tree, they showed up. I mean, there was a lot of people, and it was loud.
Yeah, it had a lot of energy.
Noticeable and really affected the guys, so it's good.
So be here at Friday night here in Gilmer Stadium, Jeff Traylor Stadium, 7:30. Be the game between the Gilmer Buckeyes and the Chapel Hill Bulldogs. It's going to be a good one, so don't miss it. We'll see you next Friday night.